So I got Necrotic Grip, and they're kind of weird. So let me go over what they do first. They have Grasp of the Devourer. Damaging combatants with melee attacks corrupts them with increasing damage over time. Defeating a corrupting combatant spreads the corrupting effect to nearby targets and restores melee energy. Now, on paper, these sound pretty interesting. You melee something and then it applies a damage over time or a dot. But after using them, it's very, very questionable. Like, the amount of energy you get back is almost negligible. You can hardly ever tell that it's even taking effect. I would not be surprised if we find out these are bugged from something. The damage, it's all right, I guess. There's some really weird interactions. For example, if you melee an enemy with a shield, it doesn't apply the dot on them. It appears that enemies have internal cooldowns. If you watch to the end of the video when I'm watching the boss fight, you'll see that I try to melee him multiple times in a row to reapply the dot, and it just doesn't let me for a little bit. It does let me do it later on, so that's what makes me think that there's like some sort of internal cooldown on it, on each enemy applied. It's pretty interesting, the concept of, but it doesn't seem that like it's going to be that useful. And this is kind of sad because most people were predicting this, and it's kind of sad to see that most people were right, that Bungie didn't want to put like a really strong DOT from a melee. It's good for like really basic content, but I don't see these being good in anything like a Grandmaster or Raid. Now, if there's some weird interaction with like weird mods that somehow carry over melee effects, maybe these could be useful, but it's very niche cases. I feel like most people are not going to be using these don't seem that useful. PvP, maybe with Celestial Fire or the new melee, because they're ranged, but outside of that, I don't really see these being that useful. If you want to earn these for collection reasons, because that's really the only reason I see that people would want these, all you have to do is go to one of the legendary or master lost sectors. They are either on Europa or the Cosmodrome. Whenever it says exotic arms armor, that's when you can get these. Just run through these solo on your Warlock if you want this. The same works for Hunter and Titan to get their arm pieces. You just run through them solo. It's a very similar, very interesting and good system, I would say. But the exotic, not so much. But that's how you get them. Since I'm sitting here and saying how bad I think these are, I think I should offer up some ways that Bungie could like rework these. First off, the damage, it's alright, but I think the big problem here is that you get like 1/100th of your melee back. They need to make it to where it's like, okay, something dies from this, or with this effect on, you get like half your melee back. I really think that would be the best way to go about this, because right now, it feels really pointless. I think increasing the dot, yeah, that'd be good. More damage is always good, but I feel like that's something that Bungie would be less inclined to do. I just think that maybe buffing the recharge of your melee would be much better. I mean, something like Insurmountable Skull Fort for Titans, you get your entire melee back when you get a melee kill. Like, I get this applies a dot, but I just don't... I don't know. I don't feel like this is really that useful for an exotic. Like, I would rather just use the transversives on these instead of these for the passive movement speed bonus. Like, I don't see myself ever using these in the current state in anything serious. That's all I can say.